I guess is my, how I take in information. My next one was F, which was feelings. I scored a 12, which again was moderate. People who prefer feelings typically base their decisions and conclusions on personal and social values with an understanding and harmony as the primary goals. So I would agree with that. I think I kind of flip-flop back and forth between sticking to facts and logic and reason as opposed to feelings, so that probably brought me more towards this moderate feeling rather than more towards a very clear feeling orientation. The last letter I got was J for judging, which is scored a 9, which is again moderate. People who prefer judging typically come to conclusions quickly and want to move on and take an organized, planned approach to the world. Which is me, I think, most of the time. My type description that it gave me, so people who are ENFJ can be described as warm, compassionate, supportive, loyal, trustworthy, attuned to others, empathetic, quickly understanding emotional needs and motivations, base decisions on their personal values, value harmony and cooperation, look for the best in others, stimulated by new ideas and possibilities for contributing to the good of humanity. And then lastly, you're seen as sociable, personable, gracious, expressive, responsive, and persuasive. So I like all those. I think that describes me pretty well. So I'm happy with my MBTI personality typing. Lastly, I want to address some questions that Dr. Ojeda posed. So she asked, what has influenced your career development? And kind of going back to what I said earlier, the largest part of what has influenced my career development has been more about the who than what. So my peers, my family, my friends, my idols, my mentors, all the people that I interacted with and I saw in these different settings kind of led me to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. What did you want to be when you grew up during childhood? So as a child, I definitely, my artistic side of the Holland typology popped out a lot. I wanted to be an actor, like I said. I wanted to be an author, write children's fiction books like J.K. Rowling. I wanted to be a Taekwondo Olympian. I wanted to be a vet. I loved animals. I wanted to be a singer, a dancer, a lot of different things I wanted to be when I was a kid. How did you get to where you are today in your career? So like I said, it's been a long journey, but primarily I've gotten to where I am now through education, getting my degree in psychology, taking kind of a gap year and a half to work in the real world setting and determine if I was ready for psychology, gain some more research experience and training. I did some volunteer work that really kind of helped being in that, again, going back to the person and environment, placing myself in those environments helped me establish whether or not I wanted to stay in those environments, that would be a feasible career for me. What does your future career look like? So hopefully, I mean, this hasn't changed that much, but I want to be a psychologist in a university or community mental health clinic. Following a scientist practitioner model, I want to kind of integrate both science and research with clinical work and practice and theory. Specifically, I want to work with minority populations and study acculturation and minority stress and mental health stigma, help-seeking behaviors. I want to work with Spanish-speaking clients, hopefully do some bilingual counseling. I want to work with LGBTQ individuals. And then, who or what has influenced your career development? Again, I have to go back to my peers, family, friends, and idols. And then also, I guess, the choices that I've made. So it hasn't been entirely this external forces that have told me what to do, and here I am, and that's why I'm a psychologist. No. There definitely has been a lot of choices and decision making and thought on my end, deciding where I want to go with my career. Lastly, what barriers have you encountered? So for me, education-wise, I did pretty well in classwork, but barriers that I faced and kind of am still facing is education is expensive. Every year I have to fill out the FAFSA and apply for financial aid and look for scholarships, and trying to find another graduate assistantship at the moment. But thankfully I've had support from my family, so I've been able to make it this far without going in debt too much. And then lastly, the other barrier that I faced was, again, going back to that gap year of taking some time to prepare for graduate school. I felt like even though my undergraduate training classes were great, my research experience really wasn't that great until my senior year of undergrad. So I wanted to beef up my resume and go to conferences and be on posters and work with these professionals who studied things that I wanted to study. And so that is the end. Thank you very much for watching.